Alright, welcome back to The Longest Journey. We're in chapter 8. And incidentally, this is, part 8. Oh, wow. Yeah, so last time I was stuck for like an hour and a half, maybe, on this crab totem puzzle. I didn't realize you can come to this area here. Let's see if this changes anything.
Dried twigs and sticks. Dried twigs and sticks.
So I'm just exploring the island for now. Oh, there's another totem here.
The bottom half of the statue depicts a creature listening, while the top part depicts a similar creature calling out.
They always do, don't they? Yeah, we got this thing again.
Ow!
Who's there?
Duh.
I know there's somebody there. I heard you.
Is she gone?
Nope, she's still around.
Shut up, shut up, shut up.
If you won't come out, I'll just sit down here and wait. Sooner or later, you'll have to show yourself.
Solar eclipse!
Oh my god!
Ah,
I hate this place. I so hate it, I can't even sit down without crushing the natives.
big person alert!
I'm not that big, come on.
What are you?
What does it look like?
A talking twig?
We'll call him a twig.
Stickman. And you're an accident waiting to happen with your large, ungainly body and wobbly legs.
Ungainly. I think you'll find my body's very gainly.
What's that constant rumbling noise?
Volcano.
Lady, you have no idea what we have to endure. All day, all night, that noise is just murder. It all started when Quaman, the quiet giant, would you believe that's what we used to call him, was banished by the Orowal from his perfect fishing place to some remote place in the forest.
Whoa, information overload. Let's step back for a minute to fill in the details. Who's Quaman, the quiet giant?
He's the scariest human we've ever seen. He stands tall as a mountain and uses whole trees for toothpicks. But he was the quiet type and reasonably gentle for a human. He'd spend his days out by the Orowal village, catching fish and frying fish and eating fish, and looking out across the ocean, dreaming about loose women or whatnot.
Don't we all? Eat, cook, and fry fish, that is.
What happened to get the quiet giant banished from that place?
The Orowal got scared when he accidentally stepped on one of their young ones. He didn't do any real harm, but they banished him from their village nonetheless, and told him to go far
Banished?
into the forest.
So the Orlowar are the trees,
Who
right?
are the Orlowal?
They're the crab-like creatures who live down by
Oh.
the sea. They're nice people, if a little crabby. And it's hard to understand what they're saying half the time.
Where's Quaman now?
Somewhere in the forest east of here, we don't know where exactly. He went there to get as far away from the Orowal as possible.
So what does all this have to do with the rumbling noise?
I was getting to that. If you just let me get a word in edgewise.
I just had some questions is all.
Anyway, Quaman is the brooding type. And he takes everything so to heart, he got instantly depressed and went to sleep.
And what is he doing now?
Snoring.
Still sleeping. That's the problem.
But how long ago was it that the Orlowal banished him?
1,000 years?
The last full moon, nearly 30 sunsets passed.
He's been sleeping for a month?
He was depressed. What do you want, lady? Once I got so miserable I slept for 8 years. And let me tell you, those 8 years were the happiest of my life.
Okay.
How can you sleep for 8 years?
It's a tree.
With these morons around? I'm not even gonna answer that question.
No, really. 8 years?
Us stickmen grow to be hundreds of years old. 8 years is nothing.
I still don't understand what this has to do with
It's
the
his
rumble
snoring.
drums.
See that statue over there?
Sure. What's up with that?
Back when the Dalmari lived on this island ages ago, they put these statues up all around the island so that they could speak with each other.
You're kidding. So they're like telephones?
Tell her what? I don't know what that is. The thing is, these statues are all connected through magic. And when you speak into one, your voice flies through the air and comes out of another statue.
But I still don't understand.
You saw the big head up by the mountain?
Yes?
That's the one they use to talk to everyone on the island, to warn people of storms or to hold evening prayer. It's connected to the statues as well. And Quaman is sleeping right next to a statue's ear.
Alright, this is beginning to come together now.
Resonance. He's snoring and the deep bass reverberating through the loudspeaker, the big head, causes a resonance that vibrates the entire island. But can't you just wake him up?
It's not resonance, it's just sound.
We're not much for exploring this forest. There's water and fire and monkeys.
Resonance would be like
play with sticks.
constructive
They don't
interference.
like monkeys.
But can't you just, well, send your voice to his statue to wake him up?
There are 4 problems with that. Number 1, all the statues have an assigned symbol, an identifying mark, but we don't know which his is. Second, most of the statues are broken in some way or another.
What do you mean?
Some statues can only talk to certain other statues. Some can't be spoken to, and some can't hear. Which makes it very difficult to get a connection through to where you want to send your voice. Number 3, in order to use the statues, you need a key. We don't have it.
Okay.
We don't know where it is.
I have the key.
And number 4?
We're stickmen, lady. What do you think? We don't know much about magic or magical devices. And
what?
we're not too smart, okay? There, I said it. We're not too smart. And when you look at Woody over there, who's pretty...
Sorry,
Alright. We have some sort of direction now.
Hi, I'm Willow. Wick's the oldest. Woody's the youngest. And I'm just...
Willow in the middle.
as always. Don't let me keep you. Wick's the...
Hello, I'm Woody. They call me the stupid one, 'cause I was born with a big brain, so I can't move as fast as my 2 brothers. I can only do useless stuff like calculations and design, and I play a few instruments, and I'm writing a book on the floor in front of Elias.
Okay.
he's a stick man.
He's the slow one.
Where do the Elation live?
The Elation? The guys with wings? Up in the Vulcan?
How do I get into the vault?
You don't. The road collapsed a few centuries ago.
What's a stick?
An unlucky bugger doomed to a miserable life.
Happy little... So,
That's right. I'm Wick. This is Willow. And that dumb-looking one over there is...
what's a mother tree?
What do you mean, what's a mother tree? It's a mother tree.
What do stickmen do?
What do we do? What do we do?
Well, the people in this world always do something. Like the Banda dug tunnels in the earth. The Merum killed...
Hey, it ain't easy being a stick, let me tell you. You got your stiff back and limbs. Your fear of fire and water.
So,
Lady, I'm miserable
I'll see you guys...
if you don't step on a...
Alright. Pleasant bunch. So we can climb the tree. Go into the jungle. Can... Wasn't there something here? Okay, we can climb the tree. Let's climb the tree.
It's a big wooden crossbow, I guess. I wonder who built it and what it's for. If I could somehow get across to that path on the other side, I'd probably be able to make my way into the Elation village.
Rope? Can I take the rope that I left behind? Oh, no, clearly we use the
It's a wooden
crossbow to fling something. Oh wow, she's really big actually compared to them.
I look like a real sailor. Arr, matey. I don't see anything interesting. That symbol represents one of the statues cum phone booths scattered about the island.
Statues confirm us. Alright. Alright. To do anything we need the key. Let's go exit. Go and get the key.
That's a huge tree. There's a large object in the tree crown.
We don't leave the key up here. No, better leave it. Well, there's only one other place. Alright, so we can figure out what symbols mean what. Telephone.
I don't see anything interesting. That symbol represents one of the statues. It's a keyhole. I don't see anything interesting. That symbol represents one of the statues cum phone booths scattered about the island. That symbol represents one of the statues. It's a statue standing in the ruins of a city.
You know what? I need to make notes. Let me get my paper and pen for the first time this game. My notepad. Oh, the light's not on. So what did she say? She said that symbol is
That symbol represents one of the statues standing in the ruins of a city.
ancient city. Okay, yeah, I know what that is. Alright, so
I can see a statue on a cliff overlooking the sea.
this one is the cliff one.
I don't see anything interesting. I don't see anything interesting. I don't see anything interesting. It's a statue just below a really tall tree.
Okay.
I don't see anything interesting. Somebody's looking back at me. Oh, wait. That's just my eye. The lens is turned into a mirror.
So this is Volcano. This is the one with the big mouth.
I don't see anything interesting.
That's all of them.
It's a statue standing in the ruins of a city.
So so we need to transmit a sound to the volcano. We need to send a message to the volcano, and then this guy will shout it out, wake up the snorer. Is that what the implication is? Wake this guy, come on up. I see. Because we don't know where he is and we can't find the symbol for him. So
That's a huge tree. There's a large
oh, I forgot the key. Just trekked across the island and forgot the key. So let's backtrack. We want the message to arrive at this volcano. So first we need to find a telephone which sends to the volcano.
It's a statue standing in the ruins of a city.
And does this thing matter? Does it matter what I set it to, or is it literally just letting us know which is which? I don't know.
That's a huge tree. That's a huge tree. There's a
Can't,
large
I'm surprised I don't remember this whole chapter from when I played it as a kid. I don't remember any of this. I remember all the previous chapters. Strange. Unless it was added to the game? No. I must have played it, I just don't remember. So we need to find the volcano symbol. There it is. So we speak to the volcano and listen to... So that would be the cliff. So if I were to do that, that means I now need to go to the cliff. Speak to the ruins.
It's a triangular hole, like a keyhole.
So to speak to the ruins, I need an arrow on the top. There we go. So now we're speaking to the ruins, and we'll listen to the tree, I guess, because that's this one here. So now this one's listening to the tree and speaking to the ruins. Now we go to the tree. So we need to speak to the cliff. That's speaking to the cliff, and we listen to... What do we listen to? So that's listening to the ruins. But that would be a loop. This is listening to the tree. Maybe listen to the tree? And then what? Climb the tree and scream? No, 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 no. We should be able to just
He's a stick man. He's a stick man.
speak into the ear.
Hello?
Oh, this is quite good. This is a nice puzzle. It all fits together. Ha!
Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
See the giant? He doesn't look that big. They said he uses the trees for toothpicks. Doesn't look like that.
Who'll be there?
How am I hearing him? Haven't configured it to...
Hello, Quaman? It's your wake-up call, sir.
How are we hearing him? Is this one set to speak to... Oh no, of course. His speaker is transmitting to the whole island.
What be the use? Quaman be an outcast. No one like him.
Could you please stop snoring?
Quaman be snoring? No one ever tell Quaman he be snoring.
Just got a notification. Someone
Always be sleeping.
submitted a new run on Azure Dreams. I think I know who that is.
No woman like Quaman. Yes, everyone be hearing about Quamon now.
Do you want to talk about your problems? Face to face?
What be the point?
I'm a good listener, and I'd like to be your friend. That'd be the point.
Quamon not sure if he want friend now.
Ugh.
Where are you, Mom?
That be a secret. Quamon want to be left alone.
Well, do you have to sleep next to the speaker? Can't you just sleep a few meters away from it? Come on.
Please let me be your friend.
Why?
Because I want to
Too.
make progress.
With this island, and I need some help.
Well, Quamon be wanting to help, but... Okay. Quamon be your friend and talk to you. My secret place be in the ruins of the old temple by the wells.
Follow the stream up from Rock Beach and go right where it branches. Yeah.
Who built that big
I did. Well, I thought of it. And these two nincompoops gave a helping.
So they built it.
Yep. But it's not done.
Did you say?
That's what I said.
As in the moon?
The same.
You intend to go to the moon?
Lunar cannon. And
You guys are.
if by loonies you mean fish,
How come you're not working?
because of that.
But Quamon stopped.
Yeah, but how long will that last? Sooner or later he'll go back to sleep.
Later, guys. It's another one of those statues come phone booths. They must have been popular. It's a deep well with cold, brackish water and some seriously demented albino fish.
He's not that big.
Whoa, you are big. You're just about the biggest person I've ever met.
Quamon be a freak. No one be liking him.
I didn't mean it that way. I just meant... April, you know just what to say, don't you? I'm sorry. I like tall guys. Really, I do.
You be the only
I mean, it would help if he wasn't standing on that
Does
path.
no one else want anything to do with Quamon?
Could you find another place to live where your snoring won't disturb everybody on the island?
No. Quamon be having no other place to go.
You could go anywhere. What do you have here?
Wall village. But they be not wanting him there.
What happened between...
Oh. Quamon be so... The Wall be kind. Letting Quamon live and fish in their village. But then Quamon be stepping over the Wall tell Quamon to leave village. To not come back because he may kill an Wall. Quamon be sad because he liked the Wall. And because Quamon
What do you eat now?
Quamon fish in these wells here. But the fish that live down there be small and not very tasty.
Would you like to move back to the Orlawal village?
Oh yes. Quamon be wishing that more than anything in the world.
I saw an Orlawal down by the beach, just outside the village. It seemed to be in pain, but I didn't know what to do. Perhaps if you come along, you can help him out and get back in favor with the Orlawal people.
Yes, perhaps Quamon can help. Even if the Wall do not want him back.
Progress.
Here it is, the, Orlawal. Can you help it?
Perhaps Quaman can help. Poor Olawal. He'd be crying for help. Quaman see what be wrong. The Olawal not shed its shell when time come, and now it be stuck in the shell.
Why didn't the other Orlawal come to its assistance?
Their
'Cause
claws
they're
be
bastards.
no good for this work. They be helpless. But Quaman help. Quaman be good with his hands. Quaman be happy. Quaman accept your graceful thanks, sir. Thank you. You be making Quaman very happy. Quaman accept your offer and be grateful to the Olawal people. Thank you very much.
What? What did he say?
Wait, he didn't take the shell off.
Olawal be inviting Quaman to stay on the cliff above the village.
You understand what it's saying?
Olawal language be
I'm so happy for you.
Okay. Was easy enough. Should I take the rope? Because I think it's useful for the crossbow.
How come you're not?
Because...
But Quaman has moved back to the
Really? How the heck did that...
Alright then. I just have to stand awkwardly watching them walk. Okay. Awkward. Can I go yet? Okay, go.
According to Wick, it's a lunar cannon. Apparently, it's powerful enough to send a stick
I'd be
man to
happy
the
to
moon.
talk to you later,
Oh,
but I got
sure,
some
in a Jules Verne
fine-tuning to
novel,
do before
perhaps.
I'm done.
How's it going?
Almost there. Oh,
No rope?
a tiny little problem.
No rope.
And that is?
No rope.
We don't have a bowstring for our...
Propulsion
what he said.
Like,
string made from animal guts.
Yeah, but look at us. We look like the kind of stickmen who...
Oh, not the rope.
how's it going?
Yeah, the rope is not elastic.
Bowstring. Can't finish the job without it.
Bowstring.
String made from animal guts would be perfect.
Okay.
It's another one of those statues come phone booths. They must have been... It's a deep well with cold, brackish water and some seriously demented albino fish. They look like a real sailor.
So,
It's the Orlawal village. It's the Orlawal village.
yay, he's got... I can use the fishing rods string.
with its teeth, but not today.
Why's that?
Quaman be not certain. The fish always bite before, but then Quaman be having lure. Now no lure, just bait.
What do you need to make a lure?
Quaman can make lore with just anything.
You're a real DIY guy.
Always be.
That was actually
Oh,
happy fit.
thank you.
Alright, I've got something colourful that I've been hanging on to since the beginning of the game.
Could this wrapper work as a lure?
Yes. Yes, with some work.
Why is the game running so slowly all of a sudden? Okay, is he...
Hello, Quaman.
Hello,
Are you happy?
Quaman be happy.
Can I borrow?
Quaman must catch fish first.
Happy fishing.
Thank you.
It's an old fireplace. This is paradise. There's no denying it. Simply paradise.
Do I really want to be carrying fish bones around with me?
The remains of Quaman's catch, and a very convenient shape it is, if I may say so. Like a hook. The rope's got a hook-shaped fishbone tied to it. Did my lord...
It'd be working very good.
No. No offense. I'm just not too fond of seafood.
April, you're stranded on an island. You don't have the luxury of being picky about food. Seafood is the best thing you can have right now.
What's Quaman gonna be doing now?
Quaman be sitting here until the sun sets. Then he be going to sleep.
And tomorrow?
Same thing.
Quaman be deciding that.
Man, you got...
Quaman not be knowing anything
I'll
about.
see you later.
So will.
I don't figure I'll be needing the rod anytime soon, but I'll...
Borrow.
Can you use this as bowstring for your, lunar cannon?
Let me see that. Oh yeah, that gonna work good.
All right, listen up. I got us what we need. And now we finish this damn cannon. Go to work, people. Give us a few minutes, lady, and we'll be all...
But we want to use the hook.
It worked.
Of course it worked, you wood-brained fool. I built it.
Can we please put a hook on it?
Are you done?
Yes, ma'am. The lunar...
Well,
Well, what?
are you gonna do...
Do what?
Test the...
Me? And get myself...
I don't think I'll...
That ain't my...
I'll just place the hook along the bowstring, like so, and let the rope trail behind it. Okay, we're ready to fire.
Yup, the cannon is done.
Can I test the cannon?
Be my guest.
Too perfect. Okay, just gonna jump right on the rope and not test its stability or anything. Should save it.
There's a slight updraft here. The wind is channeled through that chasm down there and blown out and up here. Dust and dry leaves caught in a strong updraft. Dust and dry leaves caught in a strong updraft. Can you help me across?
You are human, and we don't allow human strangers into our village.
So much racism in this world.
Trade. Let us know where your ship is anchored, and we will send traders to you with our merchandise.
Okay.
I don't have a ship, and I didn't come here to trade. I came to talk to your leaders.
I'm sorry, but we don't allow strangers into our village.
Actually, I am a trader.
Where is your ship anchored?
In, Coconut Grove?
There is no coconut grove on Elias.
So, I'm not a trader, but I am a friend of the Elation people.
We don't know you. There is no friendship between strangers, human.
Aww.
Don't your people have a prophecy about a stranger who comes without a ship, or something like that?
I don't know of any prophecies, human.
What kind of prophecies do you know about?
We don't tell our stories to strangers.
Is there another way to get into the volcano?
No. This pass is the only way.
I'm sure there's a secret cave somewhere that leads into the volcano.
No, there isn't.
There's always a secret cave.
Yeah, there
Not
is.
here.
Are you absolutely sure there's no secret cave?
Human, you talk too much, even for an Elation.
What's up this road?
The Elation village,
Where's the Elation village of Tamar?
up this road, and into the volcano.
Isn't it dangerous to live inside a volcano?
This volcano
mean,
has not erupted for
You die a quicker
thousands of
death than the
years.
people who live further
Elves
out.
protect us. We are safe here.
Thank you.
Yes, but you must.
We're gonna make him think that the volcano's about to. Haha!
Oh, God, I think I'm gonna throw up. That was so not appetizing. Weirdest thing, though. I do feel lighter. Like I lost 90 pounds. I can't even imagine what people would pay for this stuff back home.
Only lasts a
Whoa,
few
I
minutes.
fly! Not. I guess I still weigh too much to be carried on that slight updraft. Whoa, I'm fly! Not. I guess I still weigh too much to be carried on that slight updraft.
But I can jump really high. Oh, I took all the potion. So that
You
potion's
look like a real sailor.
gone.
Arr, matey. Whoa, I'm fly! Not.
Why does she take a step back?
You look like a real sailor. Arr, matey.
Can't leave.
Thank you.
Yes, but you must leave now.
Whoa, I'm fly! Not. I guess I still weigh too much to be carried on that slight updraft.
Don't have many options here. Oh, we use wind potion to make it stronger.
That's the last of it, unfortunately. Ah!
Hello.
Human, you flew across the chasm. You don't have wings, but still, you fly like the Elation.
Yep, I'm the chosen
Believe
one.
me,
I
I'm
know
as
it.
shocked as you are.
Are you the Windbringer?
Sure.
Yes, I am.
This is an exciting day.
Remind me.
It's said that someone not of the Elation shall come among us to float on the wind like an Elation. I don't understand, Windbringer. You should speak with our teller up in the city. She'll be wanting to see you, I'm sure.
The teller?
No, Windbringer. Thank you.
Hello.
Good day, stranger. What would you hear among
I need to speak with
the teller? Go down into the city and you will see the castle.
Just grab a drink.
The flowers will one day cover the walls in ruins, and man's creation will be forever lost to nature.
It's quite poetic.
Hi there. What you doing?
Playing?
Yeah, what are you playing?
Nothing. My daddy's in the castle watch. He's allowed to sharpen his claws.
Really? My daddy owns a farm.
Yeah? Do you have animals there?
Sure. He has some cows and...
What's cows and horses?
Well, cows are big, brown...
And horses?
Horses are fun to be around. They run really fast, and they can jump over tall fences, and they look beautiful and graceful.
I can run fast, too. But I can't fly yet. My wings...
That would be nice. My name's April. What's yours?
Saina, will you be my friend, April?
Of course, Saina, as long as you promise to be my friend.
I promise.
Do you know where the teller lives?
Over there, in the castle tower. My daddy's watching the entrance so that only nice people can get in.
Do you think he'll let me in?
I don't know if you're nice, but you have to ask my daddy.
Where are the other
Oh,
And why aren't you in?
because I'm ahead of everyone else. I'm really smart, you know. I'm the only youngling to have learned the first tale this soon. So some days, I get to do what I want. It's a little boring, though. I wish I was in school. At least there I could sing and play and jump around with all the other children.
Yeah, let her go to.
Why don't you go to school anyway?
Because they say I would just distract the other children
What?
from learning their first tales. It's not fair. I mean, I get to play by
That's
myself.
terrible.
and everything, but that's not fun all day. And my mommy's working on her pottery at home, and she doesn't want me to disturb her.
Wow, so much
She might
neglect.
make a mistake. But the day after tomorrow, I get to go back to school, because then we're gonna learn.
I bet.
Yes, they're very good to have.
Have fun, Saina.
Are you leaving?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Grown-ups are always too busy.
Yeah, well.
Her name is Saina.
Be careful, don't come too close. I'm almost done with this pot.
Sorry.
Wait,
Are you
what?
here to buy pottery?
She has the same voice as
I didn't
me.
think traders were allowed up here.
No, I came to speak with your teller.
Really? I didn't know the teller spoke with anyone from the outside.
What?
You must be a very special.
This is messing with my brain. They both have the same voice.
My name's April, by the way.
Nima is my name. Nima of Ta'ama.
Are they?
The only Elation village on Alace.
I swear they're the same voice. It's like they're the same voice actor. That just makes it really confusing.
I like your pottery.
It's our craft. That and storytelling.
It's the same
But
voice.
storytelling can't buy merchandise or food.
I know a lot of people who live by telling stories, although I guess that's kind of different.
They are lucky then. Not that I don't enjoy making pottery. It's good to feel the wet clay between my claws.
Oh, I miss
to
that
shape
feeling.
it into whatever I wish. It's almost like creating a new life. I think. I don't have a husband yet, so I haven't tried. Have you? Do you have a husband and children?
Neither, thank God. I don't think I'm ready for that.
I was 18 turnings this spring. I'm ready for a husband, but I've yet to court anyone who could make me soar on the winds. I think the men of Tom are dull and timid.
What about the guard on the road below the village? He's our age, isn't he?
Isom? He's quite pretty, and his wings are big, but I don't think he likes me. He never looks at me or talks to me.
That doesn't mean anything. He could just be shy.
Maybe you could talk to him, find out who he likes, but don't say I sent you.
Sure, I can do that.
Thank you, April.
Thank you, Nima.
You're welcome, April.
Alright, let's try to match them together so that we can get past him.
Halt! Halt! Who would visit the teller?
I'm the Windbringer.
The Windbringer? You are not the Windbringer. Are you?
How else would I have been able to get up here? I am the Windbringer.
If so, you must prove that you are of the Elation. There
I'm
are
not
four
of the
tales
Elation,
from
that's the
four corners
point.
of the world that you must know by heart.
No, that the Windbringer's
They are
not
the
an
tale of
elation.
wings,
That was the
the
prophecy.
tale of stars, the tale of sea, and the tale of homecoming. I will ask you one question from each tale, and you must answer each correctly, or you cannot be the Windbringer.
The Windbringer wouldn't know this. They're supposed to be a stranger. Oh.
No, give me some time to prepare.
Then return when you are ready. Are you ready?
No,
Then return.
he's guarding the entrance to the tower.
Halt! Are you ready?
No,
Then return.
Alright, well, the little girl knows one of the stories.
hi, Saeed.
Hi.
Do you know one of the four?
Yes, my mommy taught me the Tale of the Stars. It's a really pretty story. Do you want me to tell it?
Please, Saina, I would like that very much.
I'm gonna have to
Okay.
learn the tales.
This is my tale, the Tale of Stars, and I tell it to you in my own words, as it was told to me by my teacher in her words. In the small village of Jinjay near the rumbling hills of Onion, there lived a girl called Mona. She was a curious girl, and she would always get in the way of grown elation. Go play somewhere else, they would say to Mona, but she didn't want to play with the other children. She wanted to be where the grown-ups were, to see what they were doing, and learn from them. But one day, after getting many complaints from the pottery makers and guardsmen and traders and soldiers in the village, Mona's mother told her that she wasn't to interfere with the grown-ups anymore, and that instead she could go play with the other children, or sit still and draw or work with clay. But Mona was always curious, and now, since she wasn't to be among the grown elation anymore, she decided to go exploring the forest that lay just outside of the village of Jinjay. She had many times been forbidden to enter the forest because it could be a dangerous place, but Mona was very curious. Of course, she wasn't planning on going far into the forest, but then her eye caught sight of a white flufftail hopping through the tall grass, and Mona, curious as ever, gave chase. The flufftail ran away into the forest, and Mona followed, blind to where she was going, and interested only in catching the white flufftail so that she could keep it as a pet. But then, after a good while, the flufftail disappeared into a hole in the ground, leaving Mona alone in a small clearing, somewhere deep inside the forest. She was exhausted after running after the flufftail for so long.
This is like Alice in
But
Wonderland.
as she looked around the clearing at the unfamiliar trees and flowers, she realized that she hadn't been paying attention to where she was going. Not for the first time, her curiosity had gotten the better of her, but this time it was serious. Mona was too young to fly, and she had very little sense of direction, and chasing the white fluff tail had made her dizzy and tired.
Oh man, all the tails gonna be this
It was
long?
getting darker, and Mona was all alone in the deep, dangerous forest, too sleepy and too scared to be able to go anywhere. Mona curled up with her wings wrapped around her under the leaves of a tree and began crying. Soon it got really dark, and somewhere, not far away, wolves started howling at the moon. Mona was so scared, she was petrified, but after a while her exhaustion got the better of her, and she fell asleep. She woke up when she heard a voice calling her.
God, this is long.
Far above. Looking up at the starry
I have to
sky,
be
Mona
remembering
saw
this
a
as well.
vision of the spirits of 5 tellers gazing down at her. "You have let your curiosity lead you astray," said one. "You are lost, and you deserve to be lost," said another. "Poor little girl," said a third. "We will help you home," said a fourth. "But remember this," said the 5th spirit. "We will lead you back to your village and to your mother only if you promise us one thing." "I promise," said Mona. "Whatever it is, I promise I will do it." "Very well," said the 1st spirit. "You will make the story of this night into your own tale, and you will call it Tale of Stars." "It will be a tale to warn the curious to be careful," continued the 3rd spirit, "and to not let their curiosity get the better of them. And," said the 2nd spirit, "to remind the elation that the spirits of their tellers watch out for them when they most need it." And so the spirits of the 5 tellers guided Mona through the forest, and by dawn she was home. And Mona did tell her tale, the Tale of Stars, to everyone in the village, so that everyone would remember that the curious must be cautious, and that the spirits of the tellers are always watching. This was my tale, the Tale of Stars, and I told it in my own words as my teacher did to me.
That was a beautiful tale, Saina.
Thank you.
Bye-bye, Saina.
You're leaving again? I wish you could stay.
Me too, Saina, believe me.
Okay. Well, I mean, it was an alright story, but... Okay, Can you tell me a story, please, young Elation woman?
Hi, Mima.
Hi, April.
Do you know one of...
I had to learn the tale of homecoming. It took a long time, but I think I got it now.
How long could it
I'm
take?
better with pottery than I am with the tales, unfortunately. Do you want to hear it?
Please.
Very well. This is the tale of homecoming, my tale, and I shall tell it in my own words, as told to me by my teacher, in her words, and by her teacher in turn. Moran was a handsome young Elation man with strong wings and a hardy beak. He lived below the white cliffs, where the water was salty and the fish plentiful. Moran was betrothed to Inara, the loveliest girl there ever was. She was fair and slender and tall, and her eyes were the clearest shade of blue. But Moran was hesitant to enter into union with Inara, to become her husband and to give her children. He would always come up with a new excuse for why they had to wait a little while longer. Now, Inara was skilled at pottery, but even more so with stories, and the teller of the village had many times asked Inara to be her apprentice, to learn all the tales, so that someday she could take over as the teller. But Inara refused, knowing that if she did accept the teller's offer, she would never be able to marry Moran, because a teller cannot have a husband nor children of her own. Her refusal to become the teller's apprentice was unheard of, because who could refuse such an honor? But to Inara,
Someone who wants to
life
get
was more
laid.
important. Her love for Moran was beyond honor, beyond reason. But despite Inara's love, Moran was still hesitant. And then one day he told Inara, "I am traveling on a pilgrimage to the far shores. I will be gone for some time, and while I am traveling, and in accordance with our traditions, I will be freed from our betrothal. Not until I come back will the bond between us be renewed." It was not unusual
Oh,
for
I have to listen to
relation
two
now
more
at
of
that
these.
time to go on a pilgrimage, and the bond between the betrothed would often be cut while he was away, to be formed again upon his return. But Inara was heartbroken, because she had thought that Moran would soon want to marry her. When Moran saw her tears, he said to her, "Do not weep. When I come back, I promise I will marry you. Just wait for me, and stay with your pots, to make the time pass quickly." And then Moran left on his pilgrimage to the far shores. Many years went by, and Moran had exciting adventures on the far shores. But by and by, he began to long for home, and for Inara, and now he had finally realized that he loved her, and that he wanted to marry her. But when he returned, he could not find Inara amongst the pot makers. He went to visit her family, and they told him that, after waiting for many years, Inara accepted the teller's offer of apprenticeship,
Oh,
and that when the teller left on the last wind during the previous winter, Inara herself became the new teller. Angry, Moran made his way to the teller's nest, and when he saw Inara, he said to her, "You promised me you would wait." But Inara did not say a single word in answer. She just turned around and lifted something wrapped in leaves from the cot behind her and gave it to Moran. Moran unwrapped the package, and inside he found an old pot, cracked and broken in two. "What is this pot?" he asked. "And why did you not wait for me like I asked you to?" And finally Inara spoke, and she said to Moran, "I made this pot for you, my dear Moran, when you left, because I wanted it to be my marriage gift to you. But when many, many years passed, I finally realized that you did not love me the way I loved you, and to live hoping otherwise would be death." "But I want to marry you," cried Moran. "I came back." But Inara just nodded at the broken pot in Moran's hands and said, "Like an old pot that is left without care, a heart may break in two, and a broken heart can never be mended." And so Inara turned away, never to speak with Moran again, and Moran's heart, like the pot that was left untended, broke in two, because absence makes a heart brittle. This was the tale of homecoming, my tale, and I told it in my own words as told to me by my teacher, and as I will tell it to my student when the time comes.
Bye, Nima.
Goodbye, April.
I feel like each of these elations are telling a story that somehow relates to their own character. Okay, fine. Did I remember any of that? We'll see when the quiz comes. Oh, there was a guy back there. Will he tell us a story?
Do you know one of the 4 tales of winds, stars, sea, and homecoming?
Mine is the tale of sea, human.
Would you mind telling it to me?
I would be happy to do so. This is the tale of sea, told in my own words, as it was told to me by my teacher in his words, and to him by his teacher in his words.
Yes, I get
It
that.
was a very, very long time ago.
In a galaxy
when
far,
the
far
Elation
away.
were a strong people, and we could
Are they
spend
not
our
a strong
lives
people now?
riding the hot winds above the seas. We hunted fish then, and we were at war with the Merum, the Wet-tails. Akalis was one of the strongest warriors there was. His claws were sharp and long, his beak pointy, and his teeth strong. Akalis was admired by everyone in his clan, and because of this, he was cocky and arrogant. So one day, the teller of Akalis city asked him to perform a very important and very special duty, to bring a sacred jewel to the teller of an Elation town across the sea. This particular jewel was very important because it signified a union between the two towns, and it would benefit the people of both that it was delivered safely and promptly. Akalis grinned and told the teller that he would deliver the jewel both quickly and safely, and that she was not to worry. But The teller did worry, because Acalus was young and too sure of himself. But she wanted to test him, and to teach him that sharp claws, a pointy beak, and strong teeth are not all a warrior needs, that a warrior must also be wise and careful. So Acalus set out across the sea on his flight. It was on the 4th day that he spotted something in the water that caught his attention, and forgetting his duty and following his curiosity, Acalus dived towards the water to investigate. When he came closer, he saw that there were Merum in the water, foolishly hunting close to the surface, and Acalus saw an opportunity to again prove his might as a great warrior to his people, and to capture the fins of a few wet-tails. But this time, Acalus' arrogance got the better of him, because the Merum had set a trap. As he dived towards the Merum with his claws, a spear shot up from the water to hit him. Acalus struck the water and dropped the jewel he was carrying, and it was all he could do not to drown. Acalus was bleeding, and the Merum were grabbing onto his wings and his legs, but he fought bravely, and finally he managed to escape. But even though he now lived, he was dead inside, because the shame of losing the sacred jewel would always be with him. Acalus could not return to his village, because he had neglected his duty to his teller and to his people, and so he went away to a small island where he could be alone. To himself and his people, Acalus now became the Lost One. He who had been on a sacred mission, but had failed in his arrogance. A year passed, and one day Acalus met with human traders from a ship that came close.
God, these stories are so long.
From the traders, Acalus heard speak of a hideous creature that lived in the sea, the Octowoe. The Octowoe was said to have a third eye, like a jewel, and that this eye pulled hapless sailors into its deadly 8-armed grasp. Acalus knew immediately that the Octowoe's third eye had to be the jewel that he lost in the sea a year ago, and he now saw the opportunity to redeem himself. But elation were not used to water, and the thought of submerging himself in the cold, harsh ocean chilled Acalus to his heart. But he was the Lost One, and if in his death he could at the very least redeem himself, to his own heart then it would be worth it. So Acalus fashioned himself a spear, because in the water his claws and his beak would be too slow, and he flew out to where the Octowoe was last seen. And then Acalus dived into the sea. The dark water closed in on him, and his wings and legs went numb. But still Acalus kept pushing down until he saw the lair of the Octowoe. Spotting Acalus, the Octowoe attacked, and Acalus saw the monster's third eye, his sacred jewel, shining bright in the darkness, and his heart was filled with a sense of duty and courage that he had never felt before. But as he began fighting the 8-armed monster, Acalus realized that if he were to fight like he usually did, he would not stand a chance. He would have to think differently. And so Acalus tricked the Octowoe into following him through a tight chasm where the monster got stuck. And then he swam above it, and using his spear, tipped a rock on top of the Octowoe. Swimming back down again, the Octowoe was flailing helplessly.
What are these quiz questions going to ask me?
Almost out of air, Acalus
I'm not taking in all these details.
The Octowoe's head and swam back up. Finally, Acalus could deliver the sacred jewel to the town across the sea. And upon returning to his village, he went to the teller, bowed his head, and said, "Forgive me, teller, for in my arrogance I thought I could do everything. but I could not, and I became the lost one because of it. You were lost, said the teller, but you are no more. Because now you see the limits of your own strength, and you will know that a warrior must be careful and wise,
Oh
in
my
addition
god.
to being strong and fierce. This was the tale of C, and I told it in my own words, as told to me by my teacher.
Alright. One more story to get through.
So, Isam, that's your name, isn't it?
Yes.
A good-looking guy like you must get a lot of attention from the girls, right?
Are you asking me for courtship?
Me? No. Wings don't do anything for me. No, I was just thinking...
I'm without a mate. The women of Tamar.
Huh.
Nima. No.
This is like high school. Trust me, Isam. You go talk to her one of these days and I'm...
You think so? Perhaps you are.
Do you know one of the 4 tales of...
Mine is the tale of winds, Windbringer. Do you wish to hear it?
Very much.
Then I shall tell it. This is the tale of winds. My
Oh
tale.
my god.
I'm pledged to tell
Just
it in
get
my
through
own
this.
words, as told in turn by my teacher. In the village of Karan, in the mountains of tall winds, there lived a young Alatian woman named Iwana. Iwana had one desire above all others, to soar higher and farther than anyone else. And even though her wings were no broader, nor her body sleeker than anyone else's, she pursued this foolish desire without rest. And as time passed, she did soar higher, and she did fly farther than the other young Alatian in her village. And her name became known far and wide amongst the tribes of the mountains of tall winds. But still, Iwana was not happy. She was not happy because, in her vanity, even though she was a better flyer than almost everyone else, and to her eyes, she was still not good enough. She wanted to be so much better than anyone else that she would be remembered for all time as the best flyer amongst all the Alatian. And so one day, Iwana decided to climb to the top of Mount Bakta'ana, the Tower of Light, and to soar from those giddy heights to the ends of the world. Her friends and her family pleaded with her not to, because every Alatian knew that to soar from such heights was dangerous, that at such heights the air was thin and the winds treacherous. But Iwana would not listen, and on a cold and clear morning she climbed up the Tower of Light to the rock and the ice at the very top. From there she could see to the ends of the world. And it brought tears to her eyes to know that now, finally, she would be greater and better than any Alatian before her. And so Iwana spread her wings and leaped off the mountain. Those who watched her from far below said that for a split moment Iwana soared, and she soared higher
And she died.
and farther than any Alatian before or since. But then the treacherous winds caught a hold of her, and the thin air made her plummet towards the ground, and to fall to her death amongst the rocks at the base of the mountain. In her vanity, Iwana could not see beyond her desire to be the very best. And vanity always stands to fall. That was the tale of winds, my tale, and I told it in my own words, as told to me in turn by my teacher.
Jeez. Okay. Okay, we listened to 4 stories. Let's go see what this quiz is about.
Halt! Are you
Yes.
in the Tale of Winds? Which mountain did Iwana fall from?
Karan.
In a vain attempt to fly higher and further than anyone else.
Mount Bakta'ana, the Tower of
Oh,
Light.
Mount Bakta'ana.
That is
Well, it's
correct.
obviously not the other two.
In the Tale of Stars, what did Mona see in the sky that helped her find her way home?
The spirits of 5 tellers.
That is correct. In the Tale of Sea, what creature did the Lost One battle in his quest to recover the sacred jewel?
The octo thingy.
The Octawo?
That is correct. My final question to you is this. In the Tale of Homecoming, what was given to Moran
A pot.
by his teller
A broken
when
pot.
he returned from his pilgrimage?
A broken pot, to teach him that absence may break a heart in two.
You have correctly answered all my questions, and so have proven your knowledge of the four
This
tales.
doesn't prove I'm the Windbringer.
You are the
The fact that I flew proves that I'm the
Teller will
Windbringer.
see you presently.
Okay.
Come closer, human.
Really?
Closer. I cannot see your face.
Had to go through all that. All those tales just for.
Still, come
Okay,
sit
whatever.
here by me.
Why does her voice sound familiar?
There you are. You see, my eyes are not what they used to be. Ages ago, I could spot a ladybug, but my ears. Balance be praised, my ears, they are as good as ever.
They were interesting stories, and your people told them well.
That is what we do. The elation are the keepers of the tales, and I am...
How can you do that?
The secret is to tell them often, and to tell them in your own words, not the words of your ancestors.
Doesn't that mean that the stories change?
Yes, as all tales must. Change is important. Otherwise the tale...
How long have your people...
Since the beginning, human.
You're not from Earth?
Not according to our tales. We came on a great wind before the divide, when the earth was one, but we were a different people then, and the tales we tell from that time are vague and incomplete. Sometimes I
came to you.
Ask, and I will...
Have you heard of an ancient god or dragon?
Once, long ago, when my people lived in harmony with the Merim, there were stories of an old
Oh,
god
so she knows they lived in harmony.
who resided deep in the darkest depths of the ocean. According to legend, the old god had once brought the Merim into their realm, into the ocean, and he...
Back where?
To a great ocean amongst the stars. When the time came, he would gather the Merim and bring them home with him, back to their world, to their ocean. Strangely enough, we have a similar tale. It is said that the great wind that brought us here will someday...
Like heaven.
In a way, perhaps, but without the need for any of us to die. The great wind will just sweep us up and carry us away.
What do you know about the dry...
Kin are numbered 4, or so our tales tell. 2 in the...
Do you know where they are?
No, the tales never say. The tales do say that our past and our future are...
Do you know anything about...
This is human business.
Your people are the keepers of the tales. You remember...
That is very little. The Guardian's realm is home to the Guardian.
Can't they just write things down?
No one is permitted within except the Guardian who was, the Guardian who is, and the Guardian who will be. And of course the Dryad kin.
Have you ever heard of the existence...
Oh, yes. Yes, I have heard tell of...
Thank you. I don't have...
I am glad I could help you with...
Really? I don't have any more questions?
I'm the Windbringer.
I know you are. It's strange to me to...
I'm sorry I have to ask, but...
I did not expect you to walk in here and have all the answers, child. The balance has both. The Windbringer is said to be the first sign of the great wind that will take us away from here. For a long time, the elation of our bones had become weak, and our wings fragile. Where we...
Tanyan!
You know of the reason for this?
I'm just guessing, but it makes sense. Go on.
The tales also say that the Windbringer will unite us with our past.
I know. You must make peace.
I have always thought we did. The tales were too similar, the signs clear. But
if you don't, both the elation and the Merim will die out. When war broke out between your people and you were... A substance called Tanyan was abundant.
Carrier
where the Merim and the
symbiosis.
elation lived in close proximity. It brought fish and heat and light to both your people. But now, living up in the mountains, your way of life, your diet, your customs and habits.
Then we must make peace with the Merim and restore the balance. When our sitting is over, I will speak to my people, and I will elect one representative from the Elation to meet with the Merim in the place of your choosing to open a...
My choosing? Well, this
It's
is...
time for you to talk to your people and
I have
for
to
me
act
make
as
arrangements
mediator
with
now.
Merim.
Where do you wish for our meeting to...
You want me to decide? Well, I know. Send your ambassador down. Inside, there are remnants of an old Elation settlement and a Merim city. It's a good...
Yes. And could you ask if they would...
The stone?
We have held on to it for centuries.
Will, trust me.
And we must make haste and arrangements. It is...
Oh yeah, gonna get a stone.
It's amazing. This place is so beautiful. And the scent of sea and rock and mist. This scent is of home. This was home a long, long time ago, according to the tales. We lived in peace with the with the Merim back then.
Now you'll be able to live in peace again. And with the Tanya, soon you might even be able to soar on the winds for days like...
I hope you are right, Windbringer. And I hope that the Merim will see the sense in it too.
They said they would.
We are here, Watersteller, as...
Good. Now, as representatives of your respective peoples, you, the Queen of a Merim city, and you, guard to the Elation Tower.
We hope that our peoples may be joined...
As do we, Merim.
But they're just touching each other's fingers.
Now whole.
What, they didn't have any pieces of the stone? What?
Merim will once again be as one. You may take it with you.
Thank you. The both of you.
Come now, people, and we will take you to our sleeping god. May his wisdom guide you and lead you down the right path.
Feels more like a shell than a rock. I don't think it's a rock. I think it's alive. It's a large shell. I wonder how deep it goes and what it contains.
Small orifice.
It's soft and spongy. It's some kind of organic sensor. Hello? Is anybody in there? Spooky. Well, I guess it's an invitation of sorts.
For all I know, this could be the god's anus.
There's air in here. And it's dry. I swear I'm never taking a bath again.
Succular protrusion. Oh no, it's an eye. Whoa, blindingly bright.
Not be afraid. I know what you are.
Some things are more important.
There are always things more important.
That's a fine attitude. Just bury your head in the sand and let the world pass
The
you
ostrich
by.
algorithm.
That way you can spend eternity in blissful ignorance and...
I do not mind.
Just some questions.
Then
What am I?
what?
You said you know.
You do not know.
Listen, I'm tired. I'm wet. I'm at the bottom of the sea and I'm breathing with the hell. So just cut the Buddhist bullshit about a journey of self-discovery and answer my question. Please?
Your question has already been answered.
That's
Ah.
so... I'm looking for a jewel called...
Yes.
Can I have it?
It.
Are you sure?
Take it. It is yours.
Okay. Tell me if it hurts.
Wait, is this his eye?
What is the day of ascension?
The day when the kin return home. When my siblings come.
What is this guy? Is he a dragon?
And we rise toward the stars. For our journey,
So you're...
we will.
When what's ready?
I will not.
I need to know where I can find the gateway to...
So you come.
They told me... Well, they as in the few people who could tell me...
I know. When the earth was divided.
But it's moved, hasn't it? That spot. When Stark and Arcadia were created.
Into.
But where?
I knew you were. I speak with the dark people. They.
You knew I was coming and why? Then, okay, I know this is probably a futile question.
You.
No, but it's the principle.
No, it is not. You had. Now.
You said something
The
about...
dark people have it.
What?
Yes.
Wow. Okay, he's a dragon.
Thanks for taking me on board.
Who are you?
Well, I thought you... I mean, didn't the old dragon... Well, I mean...
But who?
I'm...
You are special.
Who are you?
I'm not. I'm the Windbringer. I'm the Water Stiller. I'm April Bondu Mbata of the Banda and the Venar Kungang La. I'm a shifter. I will someday become the 13th Guardian, the protector of the balance. And I'm April Ryan.
Yeah,
This
all those
is
things.
who I am.
Yes, that is who you are.
A wave?
Why am I, a wave?
You have a purpose. You play a wave is someone who propels people and events toward change.
And that's what I do.
You are a wave. There are ripples from your passing, and they spread wide and far.
You're telling me that everything I do affects...
You cannot escape.
The ancient dragon.
A map of stars, yes. It was made for you in our life.
I'm looking for an ancient stone given to you...
You came for the stone. Of course we have it with us. Our ship would not have been chosen to meet you.
Everybody's just waiting around for me to show up, so that they can give me stuff.
It will not always be so easy. Of that I can assure you.
Another stone?
Can this
Nice.
ship take me back to Marcuria?
We will bring you to Marcuria henceforth. It will
That's fine.
You are free to rest here, to sleep, while we travel. The flames...
I'll keep that in...
Good.
Right. Chapter 9. Shadows. I think I might just leave it there after I get control.
Did you sleep?
Yeah.
Very comfortably, thanks.
Doesn't look that comfortable.
In the Marcuria Harbor.
But there are barely any
I do not know why. We must leave you here.
whatever that means. Where did all the ships go? They're gone. The city looks strangely quiet and deserted, and the sky...
Uh-oh. They've been attacked? It's been a war?
I know that sound.
What?
And I know that vortex. Shit. Cortez must have found me, and just in the nick of time, too.
But it's not Cortez making those vortexes, it's me.
God, that was close.
Vortices.
What caused that shift
Vortices.
to open just in
That's the
time?
plural of vortex,
It has
isn't
to
it?
be Cortez. Finally.
No. It was explained to us.
Anybody there?
Only we can make the vortices. Oh, I'm here.
Who's there?
It's just me.
April. It's good.
Alright, should I just... Let me have a look at my inventory. So I got... Elation
It's the second
Stone.
half of the piece of the stone disc entrusted to the Elation and the Merum a long time ago. It's the Blue Dragon's eye jewel. It's the second half of the piece of the stone disc entrusted to the Elation and the Merum a long time ago. It's a piece of the stone disc I got from the Banda people. It's the Blue Dragon's eye jewel. It's obviously a map of constellations, and that cross must be where the gateway to the Guardian's realm is located. Where that is, I have no idea.
Alright then. It's just, yeah, I'll finish.